Yeah, I was gonna call somebody, but I don't have anybody to call. So yeah, when I get hurt, I tend to. It's when I want like moral support. But yeah, the blood's mostly stopped now. But I screwed my hand, and not that way. Yeah, it was just yeah. I should have got on here when it was all fresh and gooey. But yeah, there's just a little bit of blood now. But yeah, see what I put a screw into my hand because I had this ridiculous fall about 10 minutes ago. Um, and the mission was a pointless mission anyway. But I'm not on any gabapentin. I took 2.5 milligrams, which is half a pill of Valium, like 10 a.m. Then maybe 2 3 hours ago, I took the other half of the pill, and it's 5:22 right now. So before it got dark outside, I was like, I'll go give my cat something to get him through the night or check on him or whatever because I haven't seen him today. So I go into the bathroom. The way the toilet is mounted, there's like a bolt that's excessively long coming up in the floor. I caught the end of my sock on the bolt, and then when I was stepping away from the window, my foot wouldn't move. I looked down and I was well aware of why my foot wouldn't move because my sock was connected. So I tried to lift my foot up, and it wouldn't come up. And then my right foot slipped out from underneath me, and I grabbed the edge of the sink, and the edge of the sink has like a toilet paper dispenser with a screw, a rusty screw just hanging out there because the toilet roll dispenser, I don't know how long it's been like that or if it was even always like that, but that's what I grabbed onto. And then uh, I couldn't hold up my weight, and I was trying to um, disconnect my foot from the screw or the bolt coming up from the toilet while my hand is getting screwed holding on to um, the edge of the sink. Okay, this is probably going to hurt tomorrow. Yeah, that position hurts. And all my weight is more or less being wrenched on his shoulder. But I'm trying to stand back up. So I'm trying to pull myself up while I got the screw stuck in my hand, but this all happened pretty fast. And that's when my right foot slipped off underneath me while my left was tangled up with the toilet. And I fell down, and there was a bucket that I had used in the process of cleaning out the toilet that had some water left in the bottom of it. And I hit my ass on the bucket, and I can kind of feel that a little bit. And then the bucket slid sideways, and then I hit my back against the bucket, and the bucket hit against the tub. But falling in small spaces is not good. And I don't think I've had a tetanus shot in 5 years, but I'm clotting pretty good. It was bleeding pretty good for somebody that is on blood thinners, you know. That helps it bleed really good. So it was impressive about 10 minutes ago, but I'm clotting surprisingly well. And the feeling in my hands coming back and stuff. But the kick in the ass of that whole thing is I, my cat wasn't even out there. There was just two stray cats, and I rang the bell and stuff, and I just haven't seen them today. I put food out there when I woke up in the morning at um, 8 o'clock in the morning out there blind and didn't see who I was even giving it to. And then I put food out there in the middle of the day, and one of the neighborhood cats that's a regular was eating on it, and I'm like, whatever. And then I was gonna feed him before dark, and he wasn't out there. And those I rang the bell, and the usual stray cats came around and got the tuna fish. And I was like, well, I don't want to waste tuna fish on these bums, so I'll give them a little taste. So I poured the tuna fish juice in the one container that still had some food in it from the afternoon. And since there was two cats, I pulled the other container up, and I was just going to give like a little dollop of tuna so they could both have a taste of the good life. And of course, it all came out in a heap. But then I just, like I said, I was just stepping away from the window and calamity happened. I'm freaked out because I don't know what I did to my foot or what I did to my legs because I can't feel and I don't feel like taking off my socks and looking. I'm just looking to see if there's any blood to see if I think what happened is I stepped on the bolt and it poked up between my socks, and that's why it was connected to my socks so good. That's the first time that's happened living here in 10 years. It's the first time I got stabbed by that screw in 10 years. So now I don't know how to get that screw out of there or how they put it in there. I think I would have to take the drawer out and remove that screw from inside the cabinet because it's just poking out of the wood, you know. So I think they like put it like this and then reached inside the cabinet and screwed it through the cabinet wood to where it just was poking out. It poked me pretty good and disinfectant and whatnot. But I'm finding new ways to injure myself. I was just getting over that fall that I fell in here too, man. It's the same damn. This time it's more arm. It's more shoulder than arm. The last time it was more arm because I put my arm up against the wall to catch myself and hyperextended my arm at the joint, at the elbow. This time I'm really feeling it across my shoulder. But it's not knifing or stabbing or anything like that. But I just, I can't tell. Anyways, I was thinking about I like to call people when I get hurt and talk about it because it calms me down. Cause I have no idea how bad I'm gonna hurt. I got hurt. I'm just gonna go watch the football game and try not to feel too bad about it. I was having a miserable day before this happened, and yeah, my hand's probably more bruised than punctured. I got some blood on the end of my finger from something. I don't know why. It's like I don't know what I did to the end of my finger. Uh, how that got poked. I got a bruise and a scrape on my wrist. I hate this shit. Yeah, I lost some skin. Made a little hole on the end of my finger, and then that stab wound's looking pretty good. That wasn't that bad. I thought it was much worse because of the way it bled, but I forgot I was on blood thinners. So I got my band-aids here. I can just put some alcohol on here, which is right around here somewhere. Put some alcohol on these and disinfect them. And I guess I'll get a fresh piece of paper. Ugh. I wasn't having a good day before that. I talked to a couple of people. And the one lady was clearly in a bad mood, the person from Coleman. And she was clearly in a bad mood. And the care source manager, that was just a dumb phone call. She was hard to get a hold of, too, but that was just a dumb phone call. All she did was, nag me about how I should, I should have a primary caregiver in case the need should arise. But I don't think I'm going to need it over this. Okay, I can feel that a little bit. Alcohol kind of burns when you put it on a bleeding type of wound. Some people say you shouldn't put alcohol on a wound. But the burn lets you know it's working. They have that commercial for a while. I don't know. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Stupid day. Anyways, I got a football game to watch, so I'm calmed down now. But yeah, usually when I hurt myself, I like to, because I don't know how bad I hurt myself or what I'm going to be like tomorrow and living alone. I did have a thought like, if I was living with my brother right now, this would have happened. Or I probably wouldn't be living with my brother. I'd be living elsewhere. But I was just wondering how my life would have gone if I was, I think it was in May that I wanted to spend the summer with my brother, live in a better neighborhood and walk around his neighborhood. and have him take me for walks and give me treats when I was a good boy and stuff. And okay, that wants to bleed some more. Then it makes me feel resentful. So I'm hurt and I'm resentful. That's the thing about blood thinners, man. These are just punctures. Punctures should not bleed this much. Um, that's why you don't want to cut yourself when you're on blood thinners. Shit. This is just a little thing on the end of my finger and it's still bleeding. I don't know how I probably what happened was I probably had the screw in my hand like this, and when my hand slid off and I let go and I let myself fall instead of like supporting my weight, and I just went with my instincts, and I probably like scraped that finger over top of the rusty screw. Shit, it's another day in a life. What are you gonna do? Anyways, I was worried about that shoulder mainly. That shoulder don't feel too promising, and I gotta live alone and take care of myself. And yeah, I was feeling I was talking shit about my family to Coleman lady, and her family was in the background, and she was in a bad mood. And I'm like, well, I, I hear somebody in the background there, and it was her little, like, I would guess 5 to 10 year old or something like that. And I was like, oh, they need you more than I do. I guess I'll talk to you later. Complaining about her trying to find logic in illogical people is a fool's errand. So, I'll see you later. Goodbye.